good morning and welcome to this week's edition of Coffee with a Coach. Last week I had a pretty interesting week. I actually had to drive up from my house way up to, I just say the Northeast Corridor, to a client that I have, about 5 hours on the way up, and then I spent about 7 hours working with them and then a 5-hour drive home. It's quite a long day. Even got a speeding ticket on the way up, which fortunately I was able to talk my way out of. But while I was there, my job was to help this company put together a mentoring program. Now, mentoring is one of those things you do when you want to develop your executive staff or kind of take a look at the talent pool you have and help them get better. So what I did in the morning is I spent a couple hours just talking them through what that looks like, what the process looks like. The rest of the day, what we did is we spent time putting a plan together. That was the outcome that they wanted. And they were very helpful in giving ideas. Where it began to fall apart is where people decided not to take ownership for things. And as it happens, people were real quiet when it came to assigning roles. Now, of course, I don't work there, and so I wanted to make sure when I left, everybody had their job and they were prepared to do it. And it ultimately all fell into the lap of the people who work in human resources, which maybe is where it belongs, but sadly, no one else really stepped up. You know, that's something that's not just native to this group. Everywhere I go, I tend to find that as well. And I don't know the reasons why, except there's some possibilities. People might say, well, I'm already overloaded. I don't have room to do anything more. I'm not really on board with this. I'm just sort of faking it. I'm pretending that I am. This is not my job. Don't really want to do it. If it fails, I don't want to get blamed for it. And if it works, I probably won't even get the credit. Maybe it comes down to this. I'm lazy. Don't want to do it. You know, it's interesting. Back in 1505, there was a guy, he was a writer named Niccolo Machiavelli. And he wrote a book called The Prince, and in his book, he was kind of a tough guy. He was one of these guys who might fit very well into Washington, D.C. these days. Had a lot of quotes about how to take power and how to just overcome things. One of the statements that he made that I think is powerful kind of fits with this. He said something like this: there's nothing more difficult to take in hand, more perilous to conduct, or more uncertain in its success than to take the lead in the introduction of a new order of things. You know, again, a lot of people ask me, how do I keep my job in this tough economy? How do I get better and get promoted? The way to do it is to take the lead. You know, that group of people, had one or two of them taken ownership for it and run with it, it would have been phenomenal. Some of the benefits are that, you know, you become the hero. The rest of the slackers are just going to sit back and watch you. You may actually have free reign to run that program the way you want to because no one else is going to be looking over your shoulder. You can be creative. You can take your own good ideas and put them to use. If it succeeds, and I'm sure it will, of course you get the credit. And if it fails, you at least get the credit for trying when no one else wanted to. Think about that this week and next week and in the coming weeks as you're looking for ways to better your career, make yourself more promotable, or make yourself more hireable. What are you prepared to do to take the lead in a new order of things? Something to think about for you this week. Hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully it may solve some of the problems you're wrestling with right now. And I hope you have an awesome week coming up. We'll be back next week, and I'll have something new for you on next week's edition of Coffee with a Coach. Meanwhile, you have an awesome week, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.